My guests today are both stand-up comedians from Portland. The first was featured on Comedy Dynamics Coming to the Stage, and the second recently released a comedy mixtape on Bandcamp titled Club Favorite. Making their second appearance here, I'm excited to welcome Cameron Peloso and Brent Lowrey.
Hey.
I know how much you love those fucking intros.
Sure, I got a new one too. Hippies and rednecks.
Just getting the plug-in right away.
And I'm in the merch game.
Fuck yeah, dude. You get all your... Yeah.
I'm going to come in very anti-camera.
Last night you came home. You came to the van I was sleeping in, and you're wearing the... I was going to shit on you, just like you're wearing your fucking merch, but then you were so... you were in a good mood. I felt like a dick to do it, but it's been a fun weekend, man.
And I appreciate you coming down, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
I like the merch, dude.
Thanks.
I do too.
Where can the people go to get some Brent merch?
My house in Southeast Portland.
Do you have a website or just
I have a website.
Yeah.
It's not the Adam's helping me make the merch sellable online, but
you got to get the. I need to set that shit up too. The square,
damn it, we're already talking about comedy.
But look,
not even comedy. The worst parts of the worst parts of stand up. Yeah.
Well, you guys people messaged in after our episode together, and they were just like, these guys were incredible. It was probably in the top 2 or 3 episodes we ever had. So we're back by popular demand. Portland's funniest number 2.
That was one of the worst days of my year so far.
Really?
But we did have fun that 2-hour block.
Yeah, you both acted like you got molested right before I came in, dude.
Dude, that entire month was terrible. I mean, I'm on a bad streak right now. It's been a pretty fucking rough. I'm cresting out of it. My grandma dying and finding
that was a W, dude. That saved your month.
It saved the year, to be honest. It's been a big win.
Hell yeah.
Just finding out that, but yeah. If you're watching us on YouTube,
you can explain why.
You got to.
I don't want to burn the bit though. I've been working on
people are just gonna assume that your grandma was actively abusing you and she's finally dead.
That's fun to think too. I think just no context.
What was her name? Can we say RSP?
No, I don't want to. Yeah.
Well, she's
but
dead.
Look, if you're happy
she put
that
the
my
bitch
grandma's
in
dead,
obituary.
If you want to celebrate us at all, look, if you're watch us on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe, notifications bell so you don't miss our upcoming content. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/FNFpod. You get nothing extra. There's no additional benefits. What you get is to support us, which every comic I tell this to, they're like, wow, that is phenomenal. That's the fact that people are willing to do that, and that's not taking advantage of anybody, and you're really smart to do that. I've not gotten any criticism from you guys or the guys on the Rough Sets podcast or anywhere else. It's just all been positive.
If you watch podcasts on YouTube, you should be in a psych ward, I feel like. I don't know why, but just something about that is crazy, especially your podcast.
Chandler Noble Hatch has watched almost all of our backlog at this point. He keeps commenting on the algorithm. Shout out to that dude. He's blowing he's a comic in Portland, but yeah, no, I mean, if you're sitting at a desk or whatever and working and just have that, I would do that at work.
That's terrifying to me. I don't know
why.
Dude, I don't know, just watching people talk is crazy to me.
It adds, this production quality is really good.
Yeah, but you're super autistic, dude.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're not watching for me. They're watching for the guests.
They do they drink every time Adam blinks.
I drink a lot during the podcast too. I'm surprised nobody's giving me shit about that yet. I like my beverages. I fucking spilled before this.
Yeah, all over. Right. You just missed your own equipment though. That was a win.
That was.
You could find wins in losses. That was a cheap spill.
That would have taken me back to before my grandma died. If I would have blown up all the equipment before we recorded this,
we would have had to kill your other grandma.
Yeah, well, she's already gone. But we would have found someone else's grandma that we could kill and do that. Look, this has been a lot of fun so far being down here.
You make the van look very homely.
The van is a shout out to my buddy Eddie and his wife Sarah for hooking it up. I'm staying it's a Dodge ProMaster City, so it's not a full size.
It's like the size van that delivers bakery goods.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's so sick. The only thing that shitting the shitting in the like.
Have you been shitting in my neighborhood just on the streets?
You guys have a Ring camera downstairs. I figured that out the other night, but I haven't shit outside yet. Okay. But you have to think about it. There's like when you're eating, you're like, I got to plan a little bit around this, But
I'm gonna quit comedy. I think that's how I feel every time Adam tells me a story. I'm like, I don't think I have what it takes to like. I think I'm gonna go for like college for like finance. That's what I always think is like that's the move. I think
that's funny.
You could definitely just be like a OnlyFans twink.
I really could. Yeah.
That would like you for sure.
There's way more dignity in that than stand-up comedy. Dude.
Wait, but you did recently have a road gig where you had to share a hotel with 2 dudes, correct?
With 2 dudes.
Didn't you get snowed in Vancouver?
Oh my God, yeah, I did that. That wasn't even my worst gig of the month. The worst gig I did was I did a corporate event for a real estate company in Bend, Oregon.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I heard you talking about this the other night.
Horrible.
So a bunch of real estate agents?
Bunch of real estate agents who did not want comedy. Sam Whiteley opened, and if you know anything about Sam Whiteley, that's the funniest fucking guy to open. Like, people are wearing suits to this. Yeah. And Sam, like...
I need to get Sam on the pod.
No, Sam, if Sam wore what Brent or me were wearing, you'd be like, oh shit, is Sam like dressing up now? Yeah. Like, is he like going to something?
He's like permanently in...
That's also the energy of all of it. He's got sweatpants. It's sweatpants jokes for sweatpants people.
He wears and one like you remember
he's dressed like a high school like gym teacher all the time.
Yeah,
coached high school basketball.
100%. Yeah, he coached high school.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
JV.
Yeah. He has a funny story. He was the equipment manager at a community college, and he got a technical for like yelling at the ref.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's funny.
Shout out to Sam Whiteley.
That gig sucked. We just came from 2 killer gigs. Like Brent put together. He has a secret sauce now.
Well, I got it from Andrew Rivers. So
Drew Rivs. Shout out to Drew Rivs for this model, but the Gary V model.
I guess so.
Break it down a little bit.
Facebook ads, I guess, is what it comes down to. Is there's a few different there's a lot of cities outside of Portland that have like 10,000 to 20,000 people, and they don't want to come to Portland for comedy anymore. If they ever did, So that the new model is bring it to them, and you could charge a little more for it, and make it a whole thing. It was a lot of work, but it paid off, and I'm glad you got to do both shows. There was a guy in the St. Helens show who afterwards he goes, "Hey man, I listen to your podcast. It's great." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, I saw you and 2 other dudes on a couch. So he was talking about...
Yeah, it was our episode at the last Airbnb.
Wow.
Some guy in Columbia County. Shout out.
Shout out to that guy. If you're that guy, fucking throw in a comment and let us know you're watching this one. But it was super fun. Like, the only thing that was weird was like the second one, because there were 2 shows. First one was like 150 people, and the second one was like 90 people. And the lady was super cool. Like, she was very nice that ran this place, but it was like a celebration of life type venue where they do everything. Like, the way she described it, she's like everything from birth to, and then just left it blank. Like she couldn't even say
funerals.
She couldn't say death. Oh. And she kind of had
closer to one than the other.
I know. She kind of looked like somebody that was in The Shining, Like, she was kind of...
Shout out to Sally at Santiam Place.
But yeah, like, everything in there was
she
all
just
like,
revoked her Patreon. What do you call it?
She was so fucking nice.
Very nice.
And like, had a great sense of humor.
They also do drug rehabilitation courses there.
Yeah, one of the guys in the audience was like, I took my piss test in this bathroom.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, but it was just killer shows, dude.
I was worried there would be somebody in the audience who was like the whole time watching, like, this is where we said bye to Grandpa.
Yeah.
Don't bring that up right now, okay? I'm still mourning Grandma.
Yeah, right. You're still cashing those checks.
Still feeling
good. It's been tough for me. But
was that your one issue? Was her not being able to say death? Because that
no, that wasn't my it.
The second show was rowdy.
Both of the shows were a lot of fun. I didn't know how the audiences would be, because you're like, okay, if we promote for Tony V's My Weekly Show, we get people coming like Facebook crowds,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's usually
I like the Facebook crowds, dude.
I'm speaking right now.
They're
Shut the fuck up,
dude. They're fucked up. The
No,
Facebook crowd's
They're all
fucked up.
bored and nosy.
And
But our show's
white.
a free show, so it's
Right.
like the people that are coming out to a free show are just like Facebook people who are coming to a free show is a different group of people than Facebook people going to like a paid show.
Date night.
They're
That's
like
what it
they're
was.
looking for a deal versus they're looking for something to do like
Sure.
together.
Sure.
And we just get these people. It's like they've never seen comedy before, and they fucking hate it. But shout out to the people that have been coming to Tony V's for a while. I mean, we turned a couple of them, but it's just, yeah, we haven't had the best success
If
with
you
it.
get turned from a comedy show, you're a piece of shit. I think immediately. Like if you get turned from like a local show, because
Turned
like if you get turned away from a local, like the amount of people, like we need anybody. Like I've seen a homeless guy like come to a show like before, and they're just like, you can sit up front.
He
if you
comes to
want
one of our
dude.
open mics every Tuesday night.
Like it takes a special breed of person to get turned away from a local comedy show.
I mean, if it's really bad, I get it. Like there's some shows where I'm like, the Pacific Northwest have some of the most patient audiences where it's like, I guess they don't have anything better to do, because I've been at shows where it's like there hasn't been a joke for 30 minutes. Like it's just these long drawn out stories.
shout out to alt comedy, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
alt comedy in rural areas.
I love those shows, dude.
That's funny.
I'm like, listen, this is not funny, but everyone's hot and young here, and I like that a
Yeah.
lot, dude.
We're gonna experience some feelings together. It's not gonna be a feeling of laughter, but we're gonna feel
Yeah.
something.
It's funny to watch conservatives be confused.
Oh, what? If you go to an alt show, you'll hear this sentence, and that's when I realized, like, you know what I mean? That's always their big, like, and that's when I realized, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, whoa.
That I was gay.
That was gay.
Dude, I'm so glad.
Brent said that. I didn't say that.
I'm so glad it's warmer today. Like the first night I was down here sleeping in the van, I didn't have the sleeping bag like zipped. For whatever reason I'm I cannot fucking get a sleeping bag to function properly. And it's the worst feeling to like wake up in the morning. I only sleep like 4 to 6 hours when I'm sleeping
Yeah.
in a fucking van for some reason, but just waking up like all confused and like still kind of high on like sleep medication and freezing my ass off. And then you have to make the decision of like, do I squeeze out to get the keys in the ignition to like start warming up the car? I like van life, but I feel like it would be better in the summertime. Like
For sure. But if
The
you can do
heat-
it in the winter, get your bearings, you'll be a pro by like summertime. And then
Yeah.
you always got to break it up with like the occasional motel night.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Medford. I get to hotel and I can't jerk off in the van, dude. It feels weird. Like it's not mine.
I'm looking forward to Medford.
Yeah.
I know.
That's the first time anybody's
It's
ever
the
said
darkest
that.
shit I've ever heard in my life, dude. That's crazy. That's like,
It would be
why do you choose to live like this, dude? This is a choice. This is an active choice that you make every
used to
day,
work for
dude.
Boeing, man. Do you ever think about that?
No, I mean I'm so much happier doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But like I
Tell
don't
us
know.
about
I
your
was
last-
taking a dump in a Safeway bathroom the other day, and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
I'm living the dream.
this is my life right now. Like there's other places I could shit. But
Cameron
this
looked
is where
stressed as soon as you said that.
I'm having a panic attack, dude. I just see my future, and I'm like, dude, this is
I
gonna
can't.
happen,
Okay, the
dude.
hardest part of the van is not having a bidet. Like
You
I
have a
know
bidet?
people. Yeah, it's not. It's just a tushy one. It's like the cheap one. But like the last Airbnb where you guys were at, I got in there. There was a heated seat and a heated bidet,
Damn.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is you just. If you have a bad break, whatever, like that's the problem with the van. Is like if you have anything happen,
Yeah.
you know, you eat the wrong thing or whatever, you got to just get in a sleeping bag with everything you got going on down there.
Did
It's
you
just
shit in your sleeping bag?
no, but like if you fucking you're walking around with. I mean, you told me you have hemorrhoids. Like,
Yeah.
if you're walking
Please,
around
for
with
God's
a dirty
sakes,
asshole,
donate to the Patreon for Christ's sakes. Okay.
Suppositories.
Adam
right?
is hanging on by a thread.
Wait, do you actually take suppositories?
Yeah, when it gets brutal, when I bleed.
Oh man, what?
Bumming me out.
This is a tell-all podcast.
You know?
Yeah, that bums
Did
you
you
out.
hear Sally at the funeral home or whatever after the show when you were talking about your hemorrhoids? Like he got
when
like
she said TMI.
yeah he wanted to get pizza for this show, so he gets
I lost
7 Costco pizzas.
I lost $70 on pizza.
Yeah, he gets. I mean, they're huge pizzas too, right? Like halfway to the show, into the show, I'm like, "How much pizza did you sell?" They're like $15. So 5 pieces of the 7 pizzas. So, like, we're like wrapping shit up, and I was like, "Dude, you're gonna be eating pizza for like 2 weeks." And he's like, "Yeah, it's not great for my hemorrhoids." And this old lady that like she looks like she's super close to having her own celebration of life at this place. Like she's like, "Oh," and then Brent goes, "Yeah, warm bread isn't good for my hemorrhoid." And there was something just like visual.
No, that's
and-
not what I said.
Or what'd
The-
you say?
The thing that she recoiled at is I said my butt looks like a vagina.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
No, you said your asshole looks like a vagina. And she just goes, TMI. Like, she took it in stride. Like she didn't.
Yeah, because she probably has a few.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever been with a girl that has any hemorrhoids?
Cameron's like, I'm 23, guys.
No, dude.
I
I
eat
know.
vegetables.
All the women I've ever had have pristine young assholes, I believe.
Oof. It's
Hey, here's a question. Have either of you had to deal with, like, do you know what bacterial vaginosis is?
I've heard stories.
No.
Like it's you fucking pull the underwear down and it's just like it smells like you just put your face into a fucking like I don't know toilet bowl full of fish. Like have you ever you've never dealt with that? Like just the rank.
Are the demos on this mostly dudes?
It's 92% men.
Okay.
And those 8%
I
of
looked it up
women are fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't know
dude.
why they're listening to this right now, but like have you ever like gone down on a girl and had that?
I think in my
Well, me and Brent don't go down on women out of respect for
man
the game.
that you do go down on.
Cameron sets my sexual policies. I just follow them. So he recently updated the code of conduct.
100%, dude.
The Portland boys don't eat pussy.
It is sick to not eat pussy now. It is cool to not do that now, I feel like.
I guess we're often going straight to sex. You know,
You've never come across just like so the reason why
I don't know why I put my own. Can you edit that part out?
no
You just give and go, dude.
we're not cutting anything from this episode.
I'm just kidding. So yeah, no, I've had smelly pussy.
Like fish smell though, like the distinct fish odor.
I'm yes. Can we move? Yes.
No, you haven't dealt with that at all.
I'm congested a lot, you know. So, you know, maybe they all have been. I don't know. Ever since COVID, I can't smell, and you know what, women, you guys are getting away with it. All right, sorry. What were you saying?
No, I just because Courtney Bird and I were talking about it because I had a situation where I was like I came across that, and I was just like it literally my body reacts to it. Like I can't stay like aroused because it's like I think my body like smells it and it's like, hey, don't go there. Like there's
Like a
it's
primal thing.
Yeah, it's a warning almost.
Do you come up with like a good excuse on the spot? Like,
I just start crying. You know, just be like get really emotional and be like, this is No, I've had it happen.
That can't lead to sex, right?
Sometimes it does, but I think
that is the goal of eating pussy, right? Getting sex.
well, dude, it's like, what do you do when you're down there? It like you already go down there, and then that's when you find out. And what do you like? You pretend like you're like, Oh, I wasn't going down there to do that. I was
just
actually
came here
gonna,
to kiss your thighs and get back up there.
just like pop back up like you can't. And I'm sure that men have some version of that too, where it's like our fucking
sweaty
gooch.
ball syndrome.
Yeah, our gooch just smells terrible, or like my sleeping bag ass, like whatever that fucking
swamp
stinks.
ass.
Yeah.
Are you uncircumcised? I feel like you're uncircumcised for some reason.
I'm circumcised.
Oh, okay, nice.
Are you?
No, I am circumcised. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
I'm so glad I am. Just that smegma stuff, like I would not this much
For sure.
You know what smegma is?
Hey, that cash, that money, dude.
The schmegma.
Dude, I better get some fucking smegma after this podcast,
Hell
dude.
yeah. I thought we were getting schmegma to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I thought so too, Adam. You fuck.
Sorry about that, boy. I'll get you smegma later.
Yeah.
I need to buy that Cardi B and Offset. Dude, should we talk about that, dude?
Anything but vaginosis would be great.
Yeah. If any sponsors are out there that have like bacterial vaginosis medication they want to sponsor this episode, please feel free to.
Okay, here's why that's crazy though, is because if a lady knows she has that, you just do. You just have to know. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man, because I think it's a
Sometimes you don't know
pH level thing. Like Courtney was telling me this. She's like, she sent me like a video. Like it's super sensitive. Like, and when a girl is with multiple guys, like it throws off her pH. Like they can't be the
Does
Cameron
pH stand
Peloso.
for
They can't
pussy
be out
horrible?
here
Is that what it's
slaying.
saying?
Like if they do, their body reacts, and then
I like Courtney Bird, but the fact that she has links ready to send her pussy.
Well,
her pussy must stink.
oh god,
I didn't say that. Courtney, you're a queen. I don't know you, but
I don't know if her and Richie
sorry,
cover that.
Courtney. Oh god, she's gonna fucking love that though.
I hope they put out a hit on the pretty/dumb podcast.
Yeah. God damn it. So yeah, Cardi B and Offset. We went to. I've been down in Portland now for what? I got here Friday night, Thursday night.
Long enough that my roommate sent me a picture of your suitcase. Like, what the fuck is this?
Really?
Yeah,
Is it bother him?
that's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll move it up to my
you're a
room.
real burden, Adam. You know that?
Man,
No,
it's
he hasn't
pretty-
even asked to take a shit in our house, which he could have.
Wait, then how are you shitting? You drive to a Safeway?
No, I've been like Starbucks,
Strategizing.
Safeway, fucking LA Fitness. I've been killing it at LA Fitness, dude. I woke up.
Hooping?
All
there.
3 days, yeah.
I played today. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to like get back. And my knee is fucked though, dude. It's the
Wear a
ligament in my-
brace?
Hmm?
Do you wear a brace when you
No.
play? No.
I should, but yeah. So we were talking about. I came here Friday. We did the first show was killer, and then you guys have Funhouse down here, which is a meeting spot for anybody who hasn't been. Like it's there's a midnight show at Funhouse, and it's just all the comics come and they do a mic and smoke, fucking drink and hang out. Like people do their shows early in the night, and Portland's cool in that you guys all like actually care about doing. Like Seattle, we don't hang out. But Cameron and I were outside. You had to take off, and he was giving me a ride home. We go to McDonald's at like it was 1:30.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And you like as soon as we got there, you started fucking hammering me to buy your McDonald's.
Well, specifically the Cardi B and Offset meal, and because my pitch was, listen, we can share it. It's for 2 people. It's Cardi B and Offset's meal.
What is that? Like,
Yeah,
what
comes
is
in it?
Offset? I want to look. I don't even know what the fuck
I think he's part of Migos.
He's part of Migos.
is it. Well, one
Migos
of those guys.
is no more though.
Yeah,
Right.
one died, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He's,
Let me look this up.
I know you were
Cardi-
devastated by that death.
What's the meal though?
that's a good. You never even checked? You guys
We-
talked
no,
about it
'cause
for 20
it-
minutes?
You know what's
and
fucked up? I like the ad. I was just like, I just want to get that. I'll let Cardi B and Offset make the choice for me. I trust them with my life.
So wait, why
Extra
would
mayo? Sure.
It's okay. This is ridiculous.
It's a gun. There's a gun in it.
Okay,
What if it's like 8 pickles?
a hot meal for a hot date
Yes, dude.
picked by glamorous Cardi B and Offset. So
How many millions do you think they get for this?
this is crazy.
We're doing an ad read.
Look,
What if they just get a percentage of those sales?
It's a quarter pounder with cheese,
Nice.
then another cheeseburger,
a regular sized one, though?
a side of barbecue sauce with no no explanation
one packet
of it.
of barbecue
It
sauce?
just says tangy barbecue sauce.
This is racist. This feels racist.
World famous fries.
Adam's just
large,
looking at a picture of Offset right now. There's no ingredient. He's just looking at a picture.
A baked
of him.
apple pie, large Coca-Cola, and then a large high C, 2,175 calories.
How many? No fries?
There's a large fry. There's only one fry. There's 2 sandwiches and then 2 drink. Like, why does there need to be? I guess you share the fries and the apple pie.
They're trying to
dude.
make like a
I'm
Lady in the Tramp. type
Midway
thing.
through that meal, me and Adam are fucking in my Ford Fiesta, dude. That's what happens.
Dude, this is. This has to be so popular in Atlanta.
Dude, what the fuck, Adam? What do you? Why? Why would it be popular?
Isn't that
This
where
podcast
Offset's
probably
from?
Isn't.
I don't know. I think they're from Houston. I think.
Isn't it just one person?
Cardi B's from like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But
Oh, from the Bronx.
Migos was in Atlanta, the show. So I thought they were from.
Yeah. No, you said that because there's lots of black people in Atlanta. That's why
I didn't say that. I said it because I liked.
bullshit. You.
I swear to God, you guys took something I said and went completely.
You said this has to be popular.
We're gonna rewrite history right now because that was not what I meant.
Okay.
But
This
you
has
guys
to
just
be popular
assume
in Atlanta. You decide what that meant.
they're in the show Atlanta. Like they're definitely. There's a whole episode where they're
Where they
like
order
dealing.
the Offset Cardi B meal.
No. But I figured that like I didn't know. I thought Cardi B was from
You're really
Atlanta.
backtracking, man.
No, I don't care.
This is a black.
This is not the
a
worst thing I've said on
black-rented
this
apartment.
podcast. There's much worse.
Don't you have a Punisher tattoo?
No,
Oh.
I have a lot of bad ones though. All right,
This
we
is a-
talked about mediocre sets recently,
Oh, yeah, that
and
was a good
Brent's
topic.
doing the Rough Sets podcast, which Logan Cantrell, Zach Summerfield, and Willie Dean do up in Tacoma.
I like that you shout out every episode, like every regular viewer by the end of the episode. That's got to be how they stay on.
Yeah, man, it's just be white.
He doesn't
Chandler
even
Noble
call him
chat
anymore. He's just
Hatch.
like, hey, you want to hang out later? Also,
Like, why are you watching a professional bowler be interviewed? Like he shouts me out once in a week.
But you had made a comment the other night. Like we called you up after we had those 7 pizzas, and we were doing a pizza party at Brent's house, and
Yeah,
you were
missed.
like, you were fucking furious because you had a mediocre
I
set.
hate mediocre comedy. I hate mediocre sets. I hate that shit.
But why does that hurt? Like, because Brent and I were talking about it afterwards. Like, why is a mediocre set worse than a bad set?
Because a bad set usually means it's the audience's fault or you were doing new shit. You know what I mean? But a mediocre set, I think, comes from like when you're going through the motions of a set because you've done the jokes a bunch of times and you expect it to work and then it doesn't. Or like it just makes you feel like your comedy's shitty because you just used like jokes that work. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. and
You
they
didn't
only
take any
work.
chances.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why did you have such a mediocre set?
It was
On
just being,
Friday.
it was just was. It just like was mediocre. I don't know exactly why. You
Do
know.
you think was it a headspace thing going in, or do you think it was just what happened while you were on stage made you go through the motions?
I think it was one of those things where like you ever like you don't plan out your set and you're just like, dude, I know what I'm gonna fucking do. Like
Yeah.
it'll come to me, and then like that first thing like does okay, and you're like, this is shaky at best, but we're good. And then it just continues to just be very like every joke you pick that comes to you, you're just like, this was not the right one to pick. Like I feel like I got to write out my sets more.
Yeah, because then you can divert from them, but you
Yeah.
at least know what the plan was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But freestyling is, I think we all want to be at that level where we just walk up and be like, this is.
At one point, I did do crowd work though, and they did that thing where, like, when you do crowd work, they give a very earnest answer that has no possibility for comedy. That you're just like, "Fuck you! I hate this so much."
Like it's not even very sad or
Yeah.
very happy. It's just
Yeah.
long and uninteresting.
Exactly. Yeah. How'd you guys meet? Oh, she like works in the office that I do, and it was actually really sweet. And it's like, shut the fuck up. All right.
Like a nice little
Yeah.
anecdote.
Why are you here, dude?
We had on Wednesday, there was one couple, they said they were having a bad week, and I said, what was the worst thing that happened this week? And she goes, we just put my cat to sleep. But that was so like objectively sad that it became easy to make funny.
Yeah.
But when they're like, well, I have this coworker, and it just then you can't. You want to cut
Who the
them.
fuck answers like a full answer in a public space? Like sometimes I'll find that person in a show where they're just a really like weird person or they're hammered or whatever. You ask them like, hey, so what's going on with you? And they start telling this novel of a story. And sometimes I just let it go, like, because it can be the funniest thing that happens in the show where it's just like their lack of awareness of the fact that there's 200 people around them and that no one gives a shit about their day. Like
comedy's all about us. It's about me.
Yeah.
I don't do this.
And empathy and kindness.
No. This is for me, dude.
I love when somebody...
comedy's your therapy, Adam. That's what you tell me all the time.
Constantly.
This has been a fire 31 minutes so
Dude,
far.
it's been this. I'm feeling like it's going to turn at any point here.
Yeah.
I saw somebody do this the other night with crowd work where they asked somebody a question that's on the topic of what they want to talk about. So they introduce it with they're like, hey, have you ever done this? And the person says, no. And then they go, well, the other day I was doing this. And it's like, why did you even ask? Like, you didn't want an answer for you're like teeing up, like you're using it as a segue to something. Like
there's people that do that at like parties too, where they're like, ask a question and then come straight up with this story that they clearly wanted to tell.
I purposefully do that all the time. The crowd work, like I'll be like, you dumb bitch, you don't know what's about to come after you answer this question, because I've already written the thing I was gonna say. That works. It's just like, oh, what do you do? And then I say the thing, and I'm like,
you don't.
All the time.
Oh, you don't.
The polyamory one, yeah, I do. Enrique's polyamory.
Are you talking
Oh,
inside?
okay.
Your comedy?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I got trap doors.
Nobody
dude.
knows what you're talking about.
Dude,
right
people know. People know. Everyone who listens.
Do you want to talk? I actually want, the last time you came, I wanted to talk to you about like not having a job.
Yeah.
Because it's been, I guess I left my job in January.
Yeah.
And it's been so strange, like just how it's changed. And you're working still, right?
Yeah.
You work for a golf course?
Blue collar, yeah.
And what do you
I am blue collar. I am blue collar. Why you guys laughing? Blue collar, dude.
What do you do again?
Orange County's only blue collar.
I'm blue collar, dude.
Asian.
I wear Dickies, dude. I fucking cut stuff.
But don't you you pick up golf balls?
Dude, it's so much more than that. You wouldn't even be able to wrap your head around the shit I do.
I mean, I'd love to get some details
Dude,
on it rather than pure generality.
I mean, you're just like a Boeing, like fat cat type, Wall Street guy. But there's
He's
some
out there with the people.
I make this country go.
Yeah.
This country club go is what I meant to say.
It's not a country club.
Oh yeah, it's
do you
not.
get tips?
Huh? Sometimes I do. Yeah. Sometimes I get
who
to.
typically is the person that's like, this is my guy?
It'll be an old white guy who I'm very good at customer service when I do the cash register, dude.
You're not in the locker room though, right?
I'm in the locker. I'm everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
You have no idea, dude. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
There's not a locker room.
There's not.
It's not a
My
country
dad
club.
would fucking love you if you were at his fucking
Dude,
country club.
for sure.
Dude, I know how to riff with old people so well, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, fucking this weather. People,
Do you like
global
the job?
war-
You would
do you
be a
like
great country club employee.
I
I've
know
been to
exactly
this
what to say to
place.
old, because old people want a young person that is like, we'll say, semi-Republican shit.
Yeah.
So I'll say when it was snowing, I would be like, snow, pretty interesting. I thought global warming was a thing. They'd be like, I know, right? What the fuck, And then I'll put like $1 in, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, cool.
Yeah, dude. You would be a great
You're just
caddy.
winking at their
Yeah.
political beliefs.
Be like, they got furries teaching class in San Francisco. He's like, I heard about that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Not on
And
my
he's
golf
like,
course.
yeah, dude. Like the only reason I get tips is they have this thought where they're like, all right, he's one of the good ones. I'll put $1 in.
Do they have to look at you for a second like, is he mocking me?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Sometimes they do, but then they know I'm cool, dude.
Yeah.
They know I'm cool.
I just don't understand this city like at all. Like I
You
walk
You've
around.
been tweeting about it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's like like so many people in this city have a lot of money. Like they're walking around, like not okay. They're driving around in Teslas and shit. Like there are people on the streets that don't have money, but there's a huge number of people. Like it's super expensive to live here, and they have nice houses and like all this shit and all these like really strong political beliefs. But it's like they're very comfortable people. Like I just don't. Like, why are they so political here?
I mean, it's the same as Seattle.
Yeah, why would it
I
be
don't
different?
understand either one of those.
Yeah.
They just like fucking go home at night after working like a tech job and just fucking rage at their TV. Like,
Right, while they have the ability to just like...
I think
did you
Seattle's
get
on
the arugula
another
salad?
level.
Like, you know, like it's just...
Yeah.
Did you go
Yeah.
to Whole Foods? I mean, it's so crazy. Like, how do you even have... Like, they're fake issues at that point.
Honestly, I think Seattle's overtaken Portland in that department. Truly, I don't know about you, but like Portland lately, it's been a little bit cooler. I don't know about shit.
We went so hard that
It's true.
there's
Yeah.
there's been a backlash, like, or at least the ability to be like, I don't know, I think we took woke a little too far, and everyone's like, what? Yeah,
Kind of a
probably,
little
you know?
bit. Yeah.
Whereas Seattle,
Yeah, didn't you guys like
I don't
take down
know.
a caste system or something? Like Seattle does shit where like
Yeah,
liberals
with
in
the-
Portland are like, what the fuck are they doing over there?
That's
dude?
interesting though.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the caste system? My buddy Swastik, I think, was the one that told me that he, like in tech, apparently, like, how do I fucking say this without ruining and like walking on landmines? Like, there's a common thing amongst brown people where if they have a job and they're hiring and they know where you lie caste system back home, they will encourage hiring of people that are like well off and like they're seeking out a certain type of person.
Okay.
It's similar in Mormon communities. Like
Mhm.
my dad almost took a job in Utah and the guy asked him, he's like, "Are you LDS?" My dad's like, "You can't, what? You're not allowed to ask me that. What the
Right.
fuck's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And like he didn't take the job partially because of that, but
you
they
should have said, what the frick's wrong with you?
Yeah,
To at least throw him off. He'd be like,
Dude,
wow,
what the
is he?
heck?
what?
Dude, me and
Jiminy
my
Christmas?
Me
Why
and my
would you
6
ask?
wives are getting the heck out of here, pal. Yeah, they're under 17, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
but so
funny.
I guess in whatever, like Microsoft or those companies, like it's a big problem where people that are well off and have come to this country or whatever, and from God, I can't fucking speak.
It's gonna be
of this stuff,
great
you just-
when my
should-
college application, like
Dude,
the
you're no
people, when the
civics teacher.
proctors look at me and look at this episode, dude, you're gonna get some listeners from Columbia University. They're like, this guy is not coming to our school at all.
No, I feel like I know less about this since you started talking about
Yeah.
it.
Because there was a fucking Nat Geo thing in like the 90s called the Untouchables, where there were literally people in India that that they wouldn't touch. They were the lowest level of the caste.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
were
And Seattle is
so the caste system is
Wait,
a big,
I thought the Untouchables were the top.
either I got it really wrong or you want either way.
I don't know.
You're the
Someone's
host?
not getting touched, okay?
Okay.
But
The lowest level is the unfuckables. That's the lowest, the unfuckables
that's
of
just
the.
this room right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Seriously.
didn't David Tell do a series like the Unbookables or
No,
something?
that was Stanhope.
Stanhope.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if we actually touched on not
What's your
working.
vape?
Fucking ghost door. You're the golf course boy. I'm not doing shit now. He's not doing shit. I don't really know what to do with myself sometimes. Like I'm dealing with like a lot of personal stuff that I
Yeah.
don't even know if I want to bring it up on the podcast ever because it's been really bad. But
Sure. Yeah.
I just started watching
Don't tell him
the
that you
Lord
got
of
your
the
heart ripped out.
Rings.
What?
You know what? What happened? Didn't you? You got
What?
Oh, I said don't tell the people you got your heart ripped out.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it's probably good just to never address it publicly.
Yeah. Let's not get vulnerable. Let's talk about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's what
Let's
I've
talk
been
about
doing.
Indian people instead.
Yeah.
folks. Let's do that.
Cast.
Adam
Is there
Tiller
a
has.
caste system in Middle Earth.
There's
you
a
can
tear
explain?
running down Adam's face. She's just like, dude, the caste system's crazy.
You break it down by like in terms of hobbits versus dwarves.
Yeah.
How does that?
I was so fucking sad over the past month.
Are you going director's edition, the 4 hours version?
It's on Netflix right now. So I've been watching, I watch all 3 movies and then I just started over. And I've just been fucking, I don't know how many times I've gone through it, probably 3 times now.
Dude, Netflix should bring up a BetterHelp therapist the 4th or
Every
5th time
single
that you
time.
do that.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
I still don't know what the fuck's going on.
Hey, man, we
either.
canceled your account. This is really bad for you, actually.
we appreciate that you're not sharing your
yeah,
Is
password.
the Hobbit one good though? Like those
I don't think
one-off?
I don't think they're good.
I don't know.
I've
think
been
they have-
Also, I
deep
don't
in
have
the
an
Shire.
opinion. Me and Brent get too much pussy. We don't have an opinion about
Yeah.
it.
Dude, you have a couple bad things happen in a row, and you're gonna be deep in the Shire with me too. Like it's not.
You should mix it up and go 8 Harry Potters every 2 Lord of the Rings or something.
Dude, I did all the Harry Potters
Harry
during
Potter sucks.
during the
I read
pandemic.
I watched
I
those
haven't
movies. Harry Potter sucks ass. It's a
haven't watched
terrible.
the 7th, 8th, like the last
God,
3
dude.
are unwatchable to me.
Those are the ones I haven't watched like after 3 or 4, and I didn't read the books after 5.
It's like I got a roommate. He's like a very Ben. Shout out Ben Levy, dude.
Oh yeah,
He's one of those adults that like will say shit like, dude, that was such a Slytherin thing to do. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
That's why I have the new joke about a black person's never told me I'm such a Hufflepuff.
It's true.
It's only white people that
Yeah,
do
dude. It's insane
That's
to
like
me.
that bothers
I
me.
hate that shit so much.
I met
He does
him
it
too.
He does
Yeah.
it genuinely.
Like, stop doing that, dude.
dude. Sometimes I feel so Slytherin. I'm like, shut up, Ben. Shut up, dude.
he's
That
from
is something a Ben would say, though.
Oh my god, dude.
Right? Like I never read those books.
Not any of them.
No.
Because there was, based on your age, you would have had all the elementary school kids like talking about it around you.
I was like 2 or
It's like
3
a
years
goth-like
older. My younger
decision.
brother was way into them. I hated those books. They were huge. Like I remember seeing like stacks of
Was it
them.
the size that intimidated you?
And let's be clear, you love J.K. Rowling's politics, but you do
Yeah,
not love her
it's-
books. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Besides the writing, everything else we're on board with. I'm just that guy at the country club right now.
Sam Whiteley and I were talking.
Yeah,
about
I'm
that.
reading Harry Potter books at the cashier, so I'm just like, yeah, this book, you read this book, it's pretty good. I'm reading the Bible.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that, and then a lot of Steam Deck. Those two. That's been.
That's the
Steam
first
Deck is
thing you
tight.
showed me was I asked Adam, I was like, hey man, how you doing? Because like I knew you were going through a rough patch, and he goes, want to see my Steam Deck? And I'm just like, oh no,
It
dude.
literally
First thing he
sounds
showed
like
my-
something like sexual, like
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it does. I didn't know what it was.
It's very long.
and thick.
Yeah.
It's just the
Black.
name. It sounds
And you keep it in a case where it's, I thought
I
you were
have
gonna
it right here.
I thought you were gonna pull out a gun. And I was like, this is how it starts, dude. The Adam's gonna kill himself.
dude.
Yeah.
It's like
It's incredibly long.
it's so thick. Hold
But it
on.
has every Super Nintendo game available to man. Where'd the vape go?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you put it. Thank you.
I'm on when you were freaking out, like at the show.
Oh, on
Monty,
Saturday?
yeah, like I was just like huddled up playing fucking Kirby.
Freaking out's like an over.
Not freaking out, but you were busy, right? And I was like,
yeah, and I wasn't.
I
in
could
a
be
good-
helpful right now, or I also could not.
dude. If
and
I was in
play
your
Steam Deck,
situation,
yeah.
if I was in your situation, I would have been hiding out in the green room too.
Yeah, that
Everybody
lady
was too rowdy.
very nice, but she was every time I went up by her, she was like offering some like there's this room over here and this functionality over here and like I'm just like I
don't
don't
care.
I just
But the,
give me fucking coffee and leave me alone. Like I don't.
checking people in when they know you're gonna close the show out.
That's rough.
Is weird because then they all come up to you and like you can go, oh, she's gonna be a drunk problem. Like if she's already a problem at 6:30, when the show starts at 7:30, I'm gonna
And they also kind of see you differently too, like the less, like they can fuck with you. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you just took their tickets. Now you're gonna try and boss them around or whatever. Like they're like, come on, kid, you just worked the door. It's a weird dynamic.
Did I tell you guys I walked 3 people for the first time? Like talking about drunk. For the first time in my comedy career, I upset 3 people so much that
got up and left.
they got up and left.
It's a weird feeling,
What
isn't
room?
It was at Alsden. It was for like it was during the snow, like when we were all snowed and stuff, and like it was a pretty packed out room.
Nice.
But like you're saying, like there's this lady that was like talking throughout everybody's set, and I was like, she's gonna be a problem. And
Dude, that's a crazy story. We got to move on though.
What?
No, I mean, sorry,
you said we needed a story, Adam.
We do not. I mean, we will for
Dude,
the story segment. But is this your
Oh,
story?
No, I was just saying a
No, I just was
thing.
fucking with you. Keep going.
Yeah.
Dude, this lady, so at Alsden, it's like super dark and like you can like barely see people's features. And like there was this group of like 3 white women that were just talking nonstop. Like you'd have a punchline and they'd be like, that was very funny. I've done that before. And you're just like, shut the fuck up. And I was like 2 minutes into my set and I just was like, I'm willing to throw this set away to be mean to you guys, and I just started like roasting them, and they would get so mad.
Was
because
this the mediocre set?
No. This was my creme de la creme, dude. This is the best, dude. And I said like, you white women, and this lady starts freaking out. She's like, what did you just call me? And I was like, I said you were white, and everyone's like laughing. And she goes, I'm a quarter Thai, you piece of shit.
God,
and she's like, you're erasing my identity. And like, she like was so angry. She like got up and like put on a scarf. And I was like, you're putting on a scarf. You're a white woman now. You know what I mean? She got so mad, dude.
She's also 75% white.
Dude.
Like this is a great example of like what I just don't understand about this city.
So
like,
weird, dude. She was she said shit like that was like, it felt like we were getting divorced, where she was like, you affected my night. Like, I'm going to remember. She said, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life.
My God,
is it normal down here that people say like cis before? Like
I said it all the time.
I've never been anywhere else in the country where
women
people
don't like it, but I'm like, what's up, sis?
No, like
yeah, fuck you, Adam, dude.
but do they seriously like, you're a cis man?
Yeah. Cis
Like,
men sign up on
we-
this side.
Shouldn't we get to decide though
What we're called?
What we're called?
Yeah.
I like
Like-
cis. I like getting
This-
called a cis man.
I don't.
You don't like it?
I didn't choose.
You are a
that.
cis man, though. Like the definition of like a cis guy. You know,
Proud. Like,
proud. You're a proud boy. Say it. You're a proud boy.
look, January 6th was important for all. All right, let's.
Why do they call us the rioters? We should be able to make our own name.
All right, segue to story time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, I gotta play this.
It's story time. It's story time with Adam. Yeah, it's story time. It's story time with Adam and friends.
All right, you want to go first? Or,
All right. This story takes place in a city called Poway, California. It's North County, San Diego. That's where I grew up. In the suburbs of San Diego, and I guess maybe the city too, but they did these things called air bands through probably the 80s, 90s, and into the 2000s. I don't know if they do it anymore, but it's like the senior the senior guys put 25 dudes together, and the senior girls put 25 girls together and do like choreographed dances and like air bands, so lip syncing, and like we all dress up and pick a theme, and like I think one of the themes was like, I don't know, it's like the big ritual of it was in Poway High. So senior year, I lived behind the high school, and air bands, we'd practiced at my house every day after school. So like 20, 18-year-old
You
dudes.
weren't using drugs yet, right?
I had just started smoking weed.
Okay.
But
it sounds like something that sober kids would do.
It is for sure.
like this definitely.
It has grad night vibes.
Yeah.
But the last night before the show, we went to rehearsals, and then we came back up to do like one more practice, and we all had pizza. And there's this kid named Kevin Beach.
Say his last name.
Dude, everybody used to make fun of him. He got toilet paper like once every month. And like his dad fucking, if they had ring cams back then, his dad would have been like suing 16-year-olds and their parents for like the damage to their house because they got,
We had a kid like that, like the 5th grade. His name was Joe, and we just fucked with him so hard to the point where we prank call him like constantly.
Oh, dude, he went to
he's like, if you call again.
Would his parents answer sometimes? Like
he never did anything to us. We were just the worst human beings.
Yeah, I think people see somebody getting that stigma or getting that reputation and doing a really bad job of taking it in stride and then pile on because they don't want it to be them. But yeah, he transferred middle schools. He went to our rival school for 8th grade, but then came back to the high school. Like, all right, you guys have another chance,
dude. If you transfer middle schools, you're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Right, and I think everybody at our rival school had enough friends at the middle school nearby. They were like, "Oh, he just went there so he didn't get bullied," and then he got more bullied. So he just came back to our high school like, "Well, fuck it. At least I won't have to drive as far." But senior year, but he was still like, I don't know why. We all hung out with him still.
You had to tell a story about some kids shooting up your fucking high school.
It's so funny. He has this big bright red truck, and it's parked on my street. And this is, I don't know, whatever. Some kids wrote, it wasn't me, with window paint. They wrote "fag" on his window. And then he came out and saw it and got really pissed. It was some junior girls.
He wasn't happy about that.
It was some junior girls that came and pulled up and did it. And then he got so mad that he went and he pulled up, and I lived on a cul-de-sac. Suburbs. Anyways, he goes up
cul-de-sac.
We're out in the country.
Dude.
So he goes up this street, pulls around, ripping around on the cul-de-sac, and we decide that we'll go make a line on my street and we're going to throw pizza at his car as he comes down. It's so mean. And we assume 99 out of 100 people, if they see a human line, even if it's like their friends, they're going to stop.
Yeah.
He just fucking swerved left and hit this kid named James Hughes, who also kind of got made fun of a lot. We used to call him Pubes. That was like
loser on loser violence.
He was a loser.
Yeah,
but that's
wow.
And
how fast was he going?
I think he was going 30 miles an hour.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my
in
God.
a truck.
In a truck downhill.
Did James?
Fucking
did he go over the hood or?
Thank the Lord he went and he. I was one of the closest to him.
So yeah.
He fucking popped up. Or he flew like 10 feet. I thought I was going to have to peel him off the asphalt, but he popped up before I could even get to him, and he goes, "What the fuck?"
Dude, that's such a San Diego reaction.
And Kevin pulls over because everyone's freaking the fuck out. He just hit a guy.
Yeah.
He pulls over, and I remember he got out of the car, and I punched him in the gut.
Dude, what the fuck, dude?
Because I was so mad. I had so much.
Should have brought this on the last episode. Fuck.
I had so much adrenaline. And I was just like, "Come on, man." And I punched him, and he was just like, everyone was like, "What?" Not to me. I don't think a lot of people saw that part because I was so close. And then James was like hurting. And so we went and told my mom that he fell off his longboard. We're like, yeah, can you help? Like, he's got some cuts on his
internal
leg.
That's a
bleeding.
San Diego tragedy. But a longboard death, dude. Like 8 kids of the year in San Diego die from longboard. I'm not even fucking with you.
I'm sure. So we just told her that he had these cuts on his knees and stuff because he fell off his longboard. And so, can you like put some rubbing alcohol or whatever on it? And he went in, and like I remember 10 minutes later, my mom came out. She's like, he's kind of being like a pussy. Like he's he's like being a real. He's complaining about his like
There's like
stomach.
blood coming out of his ears.
And I was like,
what's his deal?
I was like, all right, Mom, I lied to you. He got hit by a truck.
Oh my god.
And then we called our other friend's dad, who was a doctor, and he came by and he's like, you should take him to the hospital. And he went, and he had his knees drained, but he had bruised ribs. There was no like very severe injuries. Kevin pulled off with one of our other friends who was a little more like a neutral party, and he's a good mediator. And they had a good cry or whatever. He was upset. The next day, he came with a police officer because his dad, like I said, litigious. So, like, they went to go cover their ass, like, that it wasn't his fault or, like, it wasn't battery or anything like that. And then they both danced in Airband that night. We all still danced, and
It's beautiful.
we got second place.
It's a beautiful
Dude,
line.
that just like reminded me of just how
That's a
fuck this Steam Deck. Like so I lived in Kentucky when I was like 6 or 7, and we had these neighbors that were just like bad people. Like the dad ended up going to prison for like he got fired from his job for stealing like toiletries from the bathroom, like
Like he's the breadwinner of the
office
household?
supplies and shit.
The father of
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh, damn.
So
Brutal.
they had this we lived on a hill, and they had this driveway where like the house was kind of hanging over the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So the you pull onto the driveway, and there was a big drop, like maybe like 15 to 20. It was big, like it was a high fucking drop, and there was railing around it, like stone railing around it. But you pulled in and you parked the car there, and then behind the house was a hill, and we had like a special needs girl in our neighborhood, and the kids that lived at that, they like, you meet some of these kids sometimes, and you're like, that's a bad kid, and one of them or two of them convinced this girl, her name was Holly, to run and jump off of that 20-foot drop.
Jesus.
And she broke her fucking arm. But like, I was like 6 or 7 at the time. Like, my mom came out and she's like, oh my God, like, we have to take Holly to the hospital or whatever. And I just remember, like, it was so crazy, man. The shit that we would do as and just like exposed to her or whatever.
Did they tell her she could fly
What if
or
it?
something?
What
Yeah,
if it?
they literally,
cured
it
her?
was like,
What if it cured her like disability?
that would,
Like she hits her head hard enough that she's like, I know math now. You know what I mean? That would be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, they'd have to try
That's
it
true.
again. They'd have to
Cartoon
try it again
rules,
with
yeah.
other people.
I'm just saying.
yeah.
These
They were,
It happens.
God, that same neighborhood, my older brother was walking behind the swings one time, and this kid came back and booted him to the face, knocked him out cold.
Yeah.
Like, and then that kid's mom was mad at my brother.
Yeah.
It's like, your kid knocked him out. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah. Did you have a story or like,
I do.
okay.
I had a story.
We got to be kind of quick.
We got a quick story.
Yeah, quick story.
He's got plenty of time.
No, I try and keep it around an
okay.
hour for
All
the
right.
producer.
So I can't go to Walmart, any Walmart, in the country. I can't go to Walmart. I'm legally not allowed to go to any Walmart because when I was
Race?
yes, they don't allow Asian people into Walmart. They're like, you're
Quarter
doing too
ties.
well. Yeah. Because so I was about 19, 18. So this was after I'd failed out of high school and was like doing just tons of drugs all the time and was like super broke. But I was under 21 and I smoke cigarettes, but I like the shittiest part was like accessing like cigarettes all the time. So what I would do was I would go to like grocery stores, and sometimes they had a separate aisle for like all the liquor and all the cigarettes and stuff like that. And I went into this Walmart with my friend, and I noticed that this Walmart in particular had an aisle at the end of the Walmart where the kiosk with all of the cigarettes were open, and you could actually like pick out like a cigarette and just walk out and stuff like that. So I was like case and joint walking around, and my friend had no idea about this. I was just walking around, and what I did was I was walking over to that like last like checkout aisle, and instead of picking out cigarettes, I like picked out like one of those disposable vapes or something like that. And I noticed, I look behind me, there's this fucking like just looked like a normal guy, just a guy in a t-shirt in the card aisle, in like the greeting card aisle, like looking over at me over the cards, just like looking at me. I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird. Okay, anyways. And so I like go and I take the vape and I'm walking out, and as I'm about to like cross the threshold to get out of the Walmart, that same dude that was looking over from the card stops me, like fucking takes my shoulder and goes, hey, you either come with me or I'm calling the cops right now. And he like flashes me like a badge, and it says like Walmart security on it. This guy was undercover. This guy, he was dressed like a normal civilian, and he was like undercover.
McGruff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he was undercover the whole time. So what he does is, and people like staring at me and shit like that. And so I just walk with him, and he takes me into
How
this.
scared were you?
Dude, I was already crying. Immediately crying. Immediately.
Like as you're walking, you're like crying.
Immediately crying.
Yeah.
Immediately crying.
Yeah.
And he takes me to the
What
side
flavor
room,
vape
dude.
was it?
It was like tobacco flavor. It was not
wasn't
worth
like
it at all.
Marionberry or
Yeah,
something.
dude. But I was like, dude, I was so fucking high on Adderall too when this was happening. So I'm just like thinking, I'm like, how can I get out of this? You know? And he takes me. Walmart has a side room. Walmart knows you're stealing everything. They know it, okay? And if you've been stealing from Walmart, I'm going to tell you right now, stop doing it, because they have records on every person, and they're just waiting for you to accrue a certain amount of debt before they fuck you over, pretty much. And apparently, like, they kind of set this up to, like, pretty much, like, fuck people over. And this dude brings me into this room, sits me in a metal chair, like this is a real interrogation, sits me in a metal chair, like slaps down paperwork on like this metal desk, and he's like, you just threw away your fucking life, dude. And I'm like, oh my God. Like this dude, like he like takes off his shirt, like he has like he's like
The suspenders.
yeah, dude, he looked like a detective and shit like that. Like he's like, I'm gonna bring my partner in here. And
Have you told this story at an alternative comedy show?
no, I haven't.
You
yeah.
should
It's got a
consider.
great intro.
No, dude.
I'm not allowed in any Walmart.
I'm not allowed anymore.
Yeah.
And then
That's when I realized.
Trying to make it fast. Come
dude,
on.
this giant Mexican lady comes in, and they start doing good cop, bad cop to me, where he goes, you're going away for a long time, and then she goes like, listen, like everybody makes mistakes and shit like that. Like just this chubby back and forth thing. And it just gets to the point where I'm just like crying, and I'm just like, hey, I have a heart condition. I could die right now. And so what they did was they literally called my dad to come pick me up. And my dad at this point is just like so fucking over my life completely. Like he's just like, I failed out of high school, and like pretty much like he basically had to sign all these documents saying I can never go into Walmart ever again, or I'll go to fucking jail. I like they fucking sent out a bunch of paperwork. Like, dude, if a camera, like from, you know, the camera that picks me up, like they call the police immediately if I go into Walmart. And so basically what happens was like I'm like crying, like this is my rock bottom pretty much. This is like if you get caught stealing from the shittiest people are in Walmart. The worst people. Yeah. And I was the worst of the worst, dude. Like it was crazy to me, and like they like walked me to my dad's car.
Places to steal.
It's so stupid, dude.
Yeah,
it's so stupid because everything's cheap there too. Like,
right. When he said you threw away your life, he just means you're not gonna get these prices
Yeah,
anywhere
dude.
else.
Dude, we had some good deals, and you fucked yourself right now, dude.
Can you still do like online shopping there?
No, dude. Look, they have my fucking name and address in the database, dude.
Have you tried?
No, I'm not gonna try, but that's what they told me.
You don't fuck with Walmart,
dude.
I use a fake credit card for it,
dude. It's to this day, I pass by Walmart and I like get chill. I'm like terrified.
Right.
My dad like walks me out. The 2 security guards are following me. Like they do like a fucking perp walk to my father's car, and my dad sits me down. And we're like sitting, and I'm holding like these documents like that have my fucking fingerprint on them, like they're cops. And I'm in the passenger seat and I'm just crying. And my dad like stops and there's a moment of like silence. And then my dad fucking punches his steering wheel and goes, "If you ever do some white trash shit like that in your life again, dude, fuck that."
It is. If you're already like
this
my
is
kids
the most suburban rock bottom of all time.
his dad's already
I
like
stole from Walmart and brought shame to my family because it's such a broke ass store.
That's what it felt like. He was saying, he was like, "We steal from Nordstrom, you fucking
The
piece of
hot
shit."
bar
dude.
at Whole Foods,
Yeah,
you
dude.
piece of shit.
you're a Peloso.
You're better than that. We have
You
taste.
ever do some white trash shit like
You're wearing
that?
cream sweatpants
I know, dude.
right
I know.
now. And
Dude.
you were stealing from Walmart 3 years ago.
That is funny because like when you do
Adderall.
road gigs and stuff, and everybody has to stop. Like, oh, let's stop at Walmart. You
I
just
can't
gotta
do
wait
it.
in the
I have to stay
car.
in the car, dude.
Yeah.
I stay in the car.
You're like, can you just
Fucking
can you get me
disgrace to
some
your
socks?
family. All right. Anything you guys want to plug before we roll?
No, man.
Website or Instagram?
Ha ha ha, Brent.
At Cameron Peloso. Yeah, that's my Instagram.
Thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks, everybody, for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to rate and review us. If you're watching us on YouTube, I think the lighting's been okay on this episode, but if it hasn't, sorry. But make sure to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. We're also on Patreon. Support us, please, if you can. Patreon.com/FNFpod. And as always, follow us on Instagram at FNFpod for additional content. We're going to leave you with Jaga.
I just make the waves, I don't write them. I can hear the lyrics in my spirit as I write them. Why you wanna walk and talk just like them? I can't get caught up in all the hype and the excitement. I just make the waves, I don't write them. I can hear the lyrics in my spirit as I write them. Why you wanna walk and talk just like them? I can't get caught up in all the hype and the excitement. Welcome to my wave pool, my wave pool. 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 Welcome to my